We are at part 6 already. Can't believe it. That clapping is good. That's deafening, you see. We're so excited to be at part 6 already. I can't believe the time has absolutely flown. In case you didn't know, you're watching 1HEART Live, and we are showcasing the very best in regards to Caribbean-inspired content. Of course, it's entertainment, it's culture, the news, all inspired by the Caribbean. And we've got great people. We've got great people here in the studio with me. Thank you, Janelle. Yes. Janelle, I'm going to come to you. I mean, you've been doing so much. You're hot off the plane from Jamaica. You've worked in so many different facets of media. Tell us about what you've been doing and what you're up to at the moment.
I've just more or less transferred what I do here in a hotter climate. So I still freelance, still write for The Voice, write for The Gleaner, doing work for Buzz magazine and different entities like that. And I've also become a yoga teacher.
Nice.
So
you've got it made. So you're doing your job in a hotter climate.
Yeah.
And getting the time to do yoga as well.
Yes, I'm now a full-time yoga teacher.
Afterwards.
So I've connected that as another branch to the tree. In telling a story. You know, I told you from before. Yeah, no.
You getting some ideas there, Kat, about joining Janelle for some yoga?
Yeah, I call my yoga Aito yoga.
Aito yoga, okay.
Aito yoga. It's a fusion of Hatha and Kemetic, which is African yoga.
Okay.
But it's just a different way to, I like to say, I'm keeper of memories.
And I want to find out, why did you feel compelled then to move from the UK to warmer climates? What was the motivation there?
To give back, ancestral calling, the sun. There's so many reasons. I'm a natural island girl. I grew up in the Caribbean. I went to school in Munster, etc. So I've always had that strong connection.
And where are you based now?
I'm now in Jamaica. And it's wonderful to be in an environment that embraces you. You know, I remember the other day I had to do a meeting and I was having one of those hair days and I just put a tam on. And I went into the corporate office and I'm embraced. And there's no one judging you to say, what are you doing here and why?
And I guess that's why, you know, all of these media, these platforms that we've been talking about are so important, because if we're seeing ourselves reflected, then walking into a corporate office in Canary Wharf with your head wrap on,
many times.
you know, but I'm sure that there was possibly, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, did you have thoughts about it or did you just do it without thinking?
Well, I'm myself anyway, but I notice because I'm on this earth, so you see how people greet and meet you. You see the assumption or the presumption in their eye and the questions that they were asked. And when you're in a black majority country, I love Africa, I love the Caribbean. It does something else to the soul that keeps you alive when you still have the same struggle, but it's a different yearning of pulling and flowing. Where you're in London, you're just stuck behind these 4 doors and it's raining and you're kind of, you know, I suffer from sad. I've accepted that. I need the sunshine.
Seasonal affective disorder. I don't know. I mean, I think we all have a little bit of that. I mean, Kat, have you ever had the yearning to go overseas to work because of the shape of media here in the UK?
I'm always abroad. I don't know anything else. That's why I'm listening to everyone and I'm like, wow. I would be in Trinidad soon. You coming to join me in Trinidad?
Would you stay? I mean, would you properly just relocate? You haven't relocated, have you?
I can't say for legal reasons. But but yeah, I'm always abroad. I live in so many different countries. You know what I mean? When I get back, I go, oh.
Like where? I can't say for legal reasons.
For legal reasons. But if you happen to be in Dubai, do come and see me. If you're I'm in Tobago, as you know. I'm always in Grenada, Spain. I'm out most of the time.
St. Lucia, you've done many of them.
So I'm like, I've got a party of people joining me next year.
So tell us about next year. Tell us about what's coming up for you, Kat.
What's coming up for me?
Yes.
People, you got to be ready for this now. 2016 is already looking sexy. I'm working with my best friend, Mr. Darren Hart. We're doing the Boom Boom Room, so we do a club night every month, and we got one this weekend. So look out for it, yeah? And you better be there. It's called the Boom Boom Room. Boom Boom Room. Okay, just letting you know how we're going up in here.
It's got a baseline.
It's got everything in there. It's got everything. It's got music for everybody. So even if you've got 7 toes on your left foot, you can still turn up and dance to it.
Exactly. No discrimination going on here.
Yeah, there's there's none. We've got the FC turning up, which is going to be another internet program next year. Yeah, it's a big thing. It's an underground program and it's about the underground and what's happening in the streets right now, and it's big, and it's the music guy called Carl Letterman. I don't know if you know him. He's a singer-songwriter. He's got a big group of people, and he asked me to join in. So I'm just like this, feeling so blessed right now because I'm working with some magic people. They can be at the Boom Boom Room, so you can turn up to that. Make sure you turn up to that.
So I mean, come on, you got a whole lot of things going on there,
everything.
And I'm sure you'll be embracing all of these different mediums of media that we have been talking about throughout the evening.
I'm going to be using social media.
Social media, press, radio, and
Well, I don't mind coming in and doing it. You know,
Patrick,
I'm waiting for you to give me my contract.
Well, no, but Patrick, when you hear about someone like Kat, who is across all of these different areas, I mean, does that inspire you? How does it make you feel about the future of 1HEART, for example?
I'm inspired by his future. His future sounds great.
It's nuts. I've got my one-man show. You can cover that on listening.
In all seriousness, for me, this actually is a dream come true. It started with an idea, and for me, that's the power of ideas. There was nothing, and then we said, look, let's do this, and through people coming together. So I've seen Kat perform for a long time. He's been around for a long time, and he's amazing. And no, he is. He is a force of nature. And I want to be able to say, let's create a platform. Go do MTV, go do BBC, go do BET, whatever you want. But there's a place that is your soil. And this is, we're like down the road from Brixton, where whether or not it's a Carla or whether or not it's Janelle, let's support people and create a platform. We had some of the best Caribbean chefs a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, of course.
We had Levi Roots, we had Maxi Priest. Where else will you get Maxi Priest next to General Levy, next to 5 of the best chefs? You will see that nowhere else in the world. And that's, for me, I'm incredibly proud. But I have to say that if people want channels like this to be around, then you have to support it. You're going to have to email, you're going to have to tweet. Businesses are going to have to come and we're going to sit down and we can support each other.
Of course.
Otherwise, it will be something that does great good but doesn't survive.
Yeah, we need longevity.
Why do you think that we've found it so difficult to kind of create these platforms for ourselves over the years?
I think there's so many reasons. I mean, I remember before you had cable. So if you looked at the channels that were provided for us, the whole point of Channel 4 was to create some form of inclusion, but it still excluded. And then over time, evolve and technology. So we've had different channels over the years.
Well, there was a moment there where Channel 4 were, very inclusive.
Yeah, but then they go too far in the spectrum, isn't it? So you have to be really...
Yeah, can I just leap in there?
Yeah.
Because this does my head in.
Go on.
I don't care about Channel 4. I don't care about BBC. Let's stop looking for people to give us stuff. Let's do our own things.
I agree.
We've talked about the power of technology to leverage our ideas. Let's do our own thing.
Which is what you're doing.
Yeah.
But we need to look back, don't we? We need to look back
be.
in order to move forward and to understand what some of those challenges have been.
But that's why you have this now.
But you only need to look back sometimes if there's something wrong. At the moment, there's nothing wrong with what you guys are doing. I mean, like, I've watched you.
This is great,
I've watched you, and I'm there going, wow, this girl is really on fire. She's you know what I mean? I think everyone should give her a round of applause because there's, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
No, because you've got a certain amount of stress to have to deal with and make sure that everything hits at a certain time and do this. And I'm glad it's not me having to do that because that's what I had to do before. Now I can watch and go, she is on it.
Thank you,
know what I mean? And if we didn't do our job, what we were doing before, then you wouldn't be here. So you don't have to look backwards. You just have to look at forwards of what you need to be doing as opposed to everything else.
Lesson learned. It's also feedback. So when you look back, doesn't mean you're stuck. It allows you to join the dots and to learn from good, bad, or indifferent, and that empowers you even more because sometimes we repeat the same mistakes and we don't want to do that. And that's what we're doing here with the 1HEART. You're looking at what's been done before, looking at the current situation, and then studying how can we improve and become better and evolve. And that's how we do it, through that connection of 1HEART. Then it got one destiny, right? And
we talked earlier about, when things evolve, holding on to that integrity, which is one of the earliest conversations that we had this evening. So in regards to ensuring that, you don't lose that identity, don't kind of wander too far from the community that you're serving whilst evolving, how can you ensure that you maintain that?
So let me say something about the community that we serve. And I don't want to be controversial here. I'm excited about the idea of having the Caribbean be for the world. So it excites me when we work with a company like Dub Jam, who are two white yuppies who fell in love with the Caribbean. Because the Caribbean is for the whole world. It's about the ideas more than just about pigmentation. It's just about, not about black faces or Caribbean faces.
Okay.
It's about people that click with what we represent and what we stand for.
Inspired by, hence your tagline.
Yeah, like I always say, James Bond.
Yeah.
James Bond came out of Noel Coward being, not Noel Coward, came out of Ian Fleming. Yeah, coming out in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Jamaica.
Yeah, exactly. So, our influence is massive. That's why I don't want us to be too exclusive. You know, it's about people that share our values.
Well, the Caribbean's one big melting pot, isn't it? And that's how it was.
I like to say hot pot, you know, we live together.
Hot pots as well, yes. But there's so many fusions of cultures and different ethnicities and backgrounds as well, historically, because different eras brought different exodus of people, and within that they've left their culture, and then that brings in other cultures, and that's something that the Caribbean has different compared to other places of the world.
And this is why, you know, your storytelling that you're doing is so important, Janelle. So, you know, we appreciate people like you. So I have to say, you know, thank you so much for being here. Yes. So where can we look out for you and what can we expect from you?
I'm still in The Voice all the time, at The Gleaner online. I still write. I'm doing free yoga classes this month.
Yay, to freeness. We'll have a bit of freeness.
3 as in 3.
Oh, no, not freeness.
Yeah, okay.
Take that back. I'm not paying either.
Okay, there's still a lot of freeness given in the vibe. And so while I'm here, I'm going to be doing my yoga classes, and I'm still writing for New African Woman and everything else. I have to say, this week was the anniversary of Broadwater Farm, the original Cynthia Jarrett. There's a story up that I always make sure that I keep these stories alive. This week is also the 150th anniversary of Paul Bogle. So we have to remember these things, because that's why we're here.
Well, like a walkie-talkie.
Without people like you and you know, joining us and reminding people of these things, we appreciate you. So thank you so much. Thanks for joining us.
PCS headquarters, Clapton Junction.
You've said it.
13th, 20th and 27th.
There you go.
Yoga.
Thank you.
I might be busy.
Kat, thank you so much for being with us.
No, don't worry, I'm going to be back again.
You will be back again.
Yeah, I'll be back again.
And Patrick, thank you for coming from behind and joining us onto the sofa.
Thank you.
Always loving your work.
Is it home
we're
time?
done. It's home time. It's not home time. It's home sweet home time. Actually. So after the break, you can catch up with Angie Le Mar as she visits the beautiful Jamaica and catches up with DJ Crazy Neil, Bugle, Assassin, and more. And that's it for me as well. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for having me, 1HEART. I hope to be back.
Make sure.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon. Take care, bye.